What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm gonna be finally getting into taking apart the CB7. So I completely forgot to get an intro for the video before I actually started, so make sure you guys check it out to see how I got it to this point. But yeah, I'm pretty much just focusing on getting the engine out just so I can get that over to my parents' house and get it on an engine stand. I want to take it apart and just kind of check everything out. I want to check the cylinders out. But yeah, I'm just mainly trying to get the engine out just so I can look over everything before actually getting it in the coupe. And then from there, I just kind of want to start stripping everything apart. So let's get to it. Alright, so far the plan is to start with the interior. I'm just gonna start taking apart all of the usable parts, like the floor plates, shifter. I'm gonna see if I can still use like the clutch and like the clutch pedals, brake pedals, all that stuff. And I still have a bunch of parts over here, ECU, gauges, all that stuff, dash. So I'm pretty much just gonna like strip this thing apart and see all the parts that I can still use. And I'm probably gonna start like boxing things up. So at the moment, I don't know what I'm going to do as far as like the engine and the front end, just because at the moment I don't have a cherry picker. I don't have anything to like take the engine out really. So right now I'm not really focused on getting the engine out, but what I want to do is try to like cut as much of the front end as I can. So that way when I do have a cherry picker and I am gonna take the engine out, it's just really easy to just swoop it out the front end. So yeah, at the moment I am in need of a cherry picker for that. And then from there, I am saving like the chassis, or like the suspension and the chassis and all that stuff for the very end. That's gonna be like the last thing that comes out, just so I can actually be like rolling the car forward to the concrete and back here. But anyway, for now, I'm just gonna get started on the interior, get all of my good parts out of here. So yeah, I'm not really too sure how much I'm gonna film, but yeah, I'm just gonna get started on that. All right, guys, here we are with a little update. So you can see I made a bunch of progress here. I got the front end all chopped off. So here it is right there. Radiators out, bumper support, all that stuff. What's up, Pepper? What's up, Hera? They're just chilling right now. But yeah, right now, pretty much it's all open, looking like a E36 front end when it's all taken apart, you know? So that's super cool. So at the moment, damn, look at that. That thing got broke. So I'm just kind of looking at some of the damage and seeing, just kind of taking a look to see if anything else made contact, or if anything else is damaged from what I couldn't see while the radiator and all that stuff was in the way. So initially, obviously I knew the exhaust, all of that got pushed in. One thing I did see is it did make contact with the shift fork and the starter over here. I do need to keep an eye out for the shift fork and just kind of make sure that the clutch and everything like that is all good once I take this apart. Because the plan, I don't know if I talked about this, but the plan from here is get the F22 out of here. I'm probably gonna take it over to my parents' house because they have open space in the garage. I don't have any open space here. And I do want to take the engine apart and just kind of look at everything. Just kind of check it out before I do throw it in there, just because it has been sitting here, and with it having ITBs, it is kind of open to the atmosphere a little bit, and it has been getting rained on. So I just want to check out the cylinders and make sure those are all good. And obviously I just want to check out the transmission. I want to check out a couple of things. And another thing I just noticed as well is it made contact over here with the crank pulley. So right there, the frame rail made contact. So I do want to check some things out with the bearings. I just want to check the engine out and just make sure it is good to go before throwing it in the coupe. So at this point, I'm just gonna go through and start taking apart all the things that I can, like the exhaust, the alternator, just all the random little things, all the little bits that I can. And from here, I'm just waiting for a cherry picker. Pretty much right now, I'm just getting this engine ready to come out, go over to my parents' house. And then from here, I do have the interior pretty much taken apart. I do need somebody's help to hold the bolts on the master cylinder over here, so that like brake booster delete, and then I'll be able to take the pedal assembly out. From what I'm seeing, the pedal assembly does look a little bent, and this right here is the part that holds the half shaft of the steering column, and this thing took a lot of damage and got bent. So I just kind of want to show you guys so you guys can see in here all of the damage. So you can see right there, boom, that's where the frame rail meets the firewall. So you can see that got pushed in, and if you take a look over there, you can kind of see that the firewall is like super pushed in where the frame rails meet. So this is pretty much why I can't really move forward with this chassis. But yeah, from here, super bent. There's a lot of stuff that did get damaged. The steering column, I think, did get a little bit tweaked, so I'm probably not going to be able to use this steering column. Luckily, I do have a steering column off that one. From here, obviously, this subframe is super tweaked. I'm pretty sure the subframe in the back, that cross member, is tweaked also. So from here, you could kind of get a better look at the motor mounts. So here's the tranny mount. You kind of see that the chassis part did get a little bent, but from like everything that I'm seeing on the mount, that actually looks straight. This one over here, it does look like this bottom part may have bent, but this took the most of the damage right here. So you can kind of see that on the chassis it's super bent, but the actual mount looks really straight. That looks like it's gonna be a hard time to get out though, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, from here, before the sun goes down, I'm gonna try to take apart as much of the stuff off the engine as I can, and yeah, just get it ready to actually take this thing out. All right guys, big update here. So interior is stripped apart besides the brake lines and wiring. So I'm just kind of leaving wiring for the last, just because I might be doing a new chassis harness once I'm building the coupe, but we'll get to that later. Over here, I made a lot of progress. So pretty much have the engine ready to come out. I cut out the front, have everything all disconnected, no oil filter relocation. These are the lines for that, just keeping that on there. But if you look back here, no ITBs. I did tape up the intake ports and the exhaust ports. Back here, nothing is connected. No fuel lines, no wiring, coolant lines, all that stuff. Everything is all good to go. Shifter cables are out. Right here, I did get the clutch line disconnected. So I think the game plan for tomorrow, first thing in the morning, I'm gonna head over to my homie's house. He has a cherry picker that he's gonna let me borrow. Hopefully it'll fit in the 4Runner, because if not, then I need to figure out some other way to get it here. So if I am able to get the cherry picker here, the plan from there is to push the car forward into the concrete over there. Once it's in the concrete, I'll be able to lift it up and kind of take apart the front suspension, get the axles off and everything, and this should be ready to come out. Because right now the axles are the only things that are keeping this engine from being able to come out. So there we go. That's the progress for today. I'm gonna hit it first thing in the morning tomorrow. So yeah, I'll get back with you guys once I'm heading over to go get the cherry picker, or once I have some more updates. See you guys then. Yo, baby. All right, so yeah, cherry picker did fit. Got it loaded up, and pretty much from here I'm just gonna head back home, and should be able to get the engine pulled out by today. So yeah, it shouldn't take too much longer.
This is probably gonna be useless.
Oh yeah.
The leveler should be nice.
Bro, when you said you're washing your clothes like a pilgrim, I didn't even I didn't see it. The washboard has me dead. Bro, I pull up to Bammer's house and he's over here washing his clothes like a pilgrim. He has a washboard.
I looked, they're clean though. Not really, but they were black before.
Bro.
Oh, yeah.
So I just got the CB7 pulled up onto the concrete and got it lifted up on jack stands. Right now I'm just working on taking the axles off. So like I said, I am trying to keep the suspension together just so the car could actually roll and stuff. But right now I'm just taking it apart so I can get the axles out. So first I need to drain the transmission and drain the engine. Well, I don't have to drain the engine, but yeah, just gonna drain that out. So there's not as much weight once I actually take it out and stuff. But yeah, everything is looking good. Well, it's not looking good. The upper control arm is buckled. That thing is all bent. Coilover is all messed up. Yeah, so I definitely want to have my 5-lug and the big brake, but I'm gonna save that for another time. That way I could lift up this car, lift up the coupe at the same time, and pretty much just swap the pieces over. And yeah, and I think that'll be the best way. But yeah, right now I just need to get the axles off and then we can get the engine out of here. All right, quick little update before I actually get the engine out. So you can see right here, got the axle disconnected. So I actually don't even have a nut big enough for the axle nut. So I'm just kind of doing it this way. So yeah, I just got the axles disconnected, both sides looking good. So from here, I pretty much just need to hook the engine up to the cherry picker and drop all the mounts. But yeah, from here, the engine should come out really easy. Just forward and yeah, call it a day from there. Something like that. All right, and here we go. The engine is out. Didn't take too long, wasn't too much crazy work. And here's the car all stripped out. So from here, I did already pretty much like put the suspension back together. I don't really need to tighten everything up. I just need it to kind of hold its place so I can just kind of roll it back into the gravel. So from here, I just need to find something to throw the engine on. I'm gonna put in the 4Runner and just get it ready to take over to my parents' house so I can strip this thing apart, check it out, check the cylinders, check the crank, the bearings, all that good stuff, and just make sure this thing is all healthy and stuff. And then from there, once it's all back together, then I know I have peace of mind. I can throw it back into the coupe and it should be all good to go. So yeah, so from here, I'm just gonna load this up into the 4Runner, get that thing back on the wheels, back on the ground, pushed back into the yard, and yeah, we should be good for today. So I'll get back with you guys when I have an update from here. All right, guys, got the 4Runner over here at my parents' house, got the engine over here. So 4Runner is a certified hauler, guys. Drop a comment down below what you guys think of it. Love this thing. So yeah, from here I just need to get the cherry picker out. I think it's in the garage, and get this thing out, get in the garage, and I will get into this thing, dissect it, check it out on the inside at a later time. So I'm not exactly too sure when I'm gonna get in and dissect this thing. That's gonna be for like another video later on. But for now, huge mission accomplished. Got this thing over here at my parents' house, ready to tear apart. Yeah, this bums me out so much. I mean, damn, I barely even got to put any miles on this thing and already tearing it apart. Looks all old and abused. Yeah, it bums me out, but yeah, super hyped to be able to like start refreshing it, start rebuilding it, and giving it a new life in the CB7 coupe. I'm hyped. All right, and there we go. So I have the engine out. Most of the interior is stripped out. I have a bunch of boxes and all that good stuff. I have a bunch of parts laying around at this point, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to start installing them in the coupe yet, or if I'm going to go through and start cleaning that out. And I don't even know if I want to paint that thing, so I'm just not really too sure what direction I want to go with the coupe at this point. Just because I just kind of want to get that thing running with the engine. But since I know the engine is going to be down for kind of a while, I might just take my time getting the coupe shell ready and just kind of making it look nice and getting it all dialed in. Along with that, I obviously have to replace a bunch of the front suspension parts, which does suck. But I finally did get into the CB7, so that is a good step, or that's a step in the right direction. And yeah, from here I'm just really excited to just get into that coupe and start making that thing a nice little ripper, you know. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I think this is a good point to stop with the engine out. In the next video, next coming video, I'm going to get into taking the suspension apart and kind of transferring over my good parts from this, like the rear discs, the 5-lug, big brakes, all that good stuff, getting it over to the CB7 coupe over there. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. Hit that subscribe button. See you guys in the next one. Later.